Welcome back. Just breezing through the second hour here, kicking it off. We're kicking it live today on a Money Monday. Lots going on. And you got to hear this. Breaking news. NCAA Big Ten. Nico, you said? Big Ten?
Yeah, the Big Ten.
Big Ten, NCAA Big Ten football conference. This just in, cancels the season. Maybe it'll be in the spring. We don't know. But apparently the Big Ten is not going to be playing ball this year. And watch out for all the dominoes to fall on that now. Most of the major Division I colleges are probably not going to play their season. So more than likely no NCAA football this year. And as we kick it into the second hour, we put it into second gear here. Lots of other breaking news. We're talking on the global front last week how there was this ammonium nitrate stockpile that blew up in Beirut. It preceded the UN trial of 4 Hezbollah members who were on trial by the UN. A verdict was supposed to be Friday on the bombing and killing of former Prime Minister of Lebanon, Hariri. And we didn't know if it was a distraction. I was quite sure, along with the president, that this was some kind of attack. Jess, you have some breaking news for us on the Beirut front. What's happening?
Lebanon's prime minister and his cabinet resigned as last week's explosion triggered protests seeking to overturn the country's political elite.
Wow. So in the middle of all this, these Hezbollah terrorists may have got their way. They caused so much unrest that now the prime minister and the whole cabinet are going to step down. That probably causes a pause or a halt or a delay in the sentencing of the 4 Hezbollah terrorists. Even though they were being tried in absentia, Hezbollah probably doesn't want them on the record. They don't want those people to become wanted folks. And, we're trying to cover it all, but there's cover-ups going on all around the world. And another one that I want to keep you up to date on when we're looking at the global scale, the global scene and what's happening out there. There's a report out of China that a Chinese military officer reported that in a border skirmish between China and India, they were mixing it up on the border, fighting it out. And this guy says that he works in a factory where they make vehicles for the Chinese army. And this guy claimed that Chinese soldiers died in a clash with India because of corruption. So in other words, this guy came out and said, hey, while we're clashing with India at the border, our trucks are not safe, they're not fortified right, they're blowing up when they shouldn't be, and people's lives are being put in danger. And there's 2 really interesting points to take away from that. One, unless you heard it right here on Liquid Lunch, you don't hear anywhere else that China and India are in the middle of daily border wars. So there are clashes, military clashes going on every day between China and India on their border. A guy says that the Chinese vehicles the Chinese army are using contributed to that. He gets thrown in jail. And as I've said many, many times before, China is a cauldron of evil. And at the same time, they're giving their soldiers inferior vehicles to fight a border war with India. They are taking Uyghurs into custody, throwing them in the equivalent of concentration camps, and forcing them to work 20 hours a day in factories making Nike sneakers. So LeBron James gets paid $38 million a year, and that's why he won't open his mouth to Hong Kong about what's happening in Hong Kong. That's why he won't say a darn thing bad about China, because China's paying his bills. At the same time, China is enslaving religious prisoners, the Uyghurs, and putting them to work in their factories. So you do the math. Keep boycotting that NBA. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back right after this with more Liquid Lunch.